After a few misunderstandings, Goku has made some new friends. Upon discovering an abandoned building in the middle of the woods, Goku searched around for some late-night food. However, he instead found the haunted animatronics of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. A swift battle broke out that quickly ended once Goku realized these weren't enemies at all. With a giant bear in tow, Goku can't wait to show Roshi the pitchy gal he just found. Will Roshi accept Mr. Bear for who he is and take him out on a date? Or will Goku's training stop before it ever begins? The answer to this question and many more will be answered now. The monkey, the turtle, and the bear. What if FNAF was in Dragon Ball Part 2? As they ride through the skies, Goku happily shouts out to his new friend, Mr. Bear, about how excited he is to show him to his Master Roshi. He still doesn't understand why he's looking for someone like him, but it'll all be worth it, cause then he can start his training. The massive animatronic doesn't move, or even say anything, as it simply looks around, witnessing the sweeping landscape unfolding before them. Goku notices that his new buddy isn't one for talking much, so, in order to pass the time, he tells Mr. Bear the stories about the Dragon Balls and how he and his friends found them. Along the way, they traveled across mountains, burning castles, and deserts. They fought bandits, magical rabbits, and weird things called robots. Mr. Bear doesn't express it, but deep inside of him, an emotion he hadn't felt in a long time sparks inside of him. The feeling of excitement and wonder. When the pair eventually arrive at the Kame house, Goku runs up to Roshi and tells him he found him a peppy gal, just like he asked. Roshi gets excited, doing a little dance as he runs back inside to put on his fanciest suit. He didn't think Goku would find a cutie so soon. With an exquisite dinner ready and smooth jazz playing in the background, Roshi opens the door to his home and welcomes this sexy lady as he sees a giant, rotting animatronic bear. Goku! That isn't a hot girl! That's Freddy Fazbear!
Oh, so he does have a name. Nice to meet you, Freddy.
That's not important. I thought I told you to bring back a peppy gal!
But this is a peppy gal. You told me to bring back someone thick with a busty chest.
That's not what I meant! Roshi yells at Goku to take this monster back to where it came from, or so help him. Goku goes ahead and sadly takes Freddy back to his home, to the pizzeria. Freddy doesn't want Goku to go, not letting go of his hand, but Goku promises to see him again one day, once his training is over. Goku gets on the Nimbus and flies away, as Freddy looks on to the sky. A few days pass, as, well, nothing really happens at the pizzeria. It's desolate. Besides the other animatronics, it's just him, only Freddy, alone in these very, very cold walls. Walls filled with very, very old drawings, rotting pizza everywhere, signs of life that just wasn't there anymore. Freddy used to just not mind what was going on around him, not for a long time, but ever since he met that monkey-tailed boy, he thought this was boring. It was then that the animatronic decided, on that whim alone, that he wants to see Goku again. Freddy leaves the pizzeria and travels on foot to the coordinates of the island Goku had taken him to. After several days of traveling, Freddy finally swims his way back to Roshi's island. He doesn't find him there. There isn't even a house anymore. Freddy isn't deterred though, so he continues searching in nearby islands until, One night, he finally discovers Kame House. As Freddy enters the house, everyone inside is still sleeping. Roshi wakes up to use the restroom, but as he gets out of his bed, he hears music? Almost like a marching song. He walks towards the door, wondering what the hell is making that noise. As he opens it, the old man peeks down the hallway when he sees a pair of eerie, glowing eyes. Roshi yells at the top of his lungs as everyone in the house wakes up in shock. Launch, Krillin, and Goku come out to find Roshi on the floor, shaking and foaming at the mouth. Krillin and Goku get ready to fight, but then Goku smiles. He can recognize that awful smell anywhere. It was Freddy! The boy runs up to Freddy and hugs him, as Roshi yells at Goku to get away from that thing! Krillin has no idea what this freak is, while Launch just chuckles. She thinks the bear is cute. Goku realizes that Freddy's fur is wet, asking him if he came all this way on his own to see him. Freddy nods, and Goku just smiles happily. Krillin asks his master how he knows what this bear thing is, as Goku chimes in, wondering how he knew Freddy's name. He never asked him before. Roshi explains that a few decades back, there was an incredibly annoying commercial for a pizza restaurant that would always play, interrupting his favorite workout TV shows. If he remembered right, the restaurant was called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? Maybe? Roshi barks at Goku to not change the subject. He wanted him to take that thing back to where he found him immediately. But Goku says it's so dark out, can't he just do it tomorrow? Roshi sighs, saying, "Alright, fine, you can take her tomorrow." Goku and Launch sleep peacefully, while Roshi and Krillin turn into their beds, unable to sleep, as Freddy just stares at them and creepily sings throughout the night. The next day, Goku takes Freddy back to the pizzeria. However, once he leaves, Freddy immediately just turns around and heads back to Kame House. This happens multiple times, as Freddy returns to Kame House, scares Roshi, he's taken back to the pizzeria, and leaves to find Goku again. Eventually, Roshi just gives up. He allows Freddy to stay as long as he just stops scaring him every time he comes over. Goku cheers, as for the next several months, Freddy Fazbear watches from afar as Goku and Krillin continue their training. As part of Roshi's condition for letting Freddy stay, Goku and Krillin give the bear a bath. The boys do so, but as they scrub down his fur, Krillin asks Freddy to move his head up. Freddy does as told, removing his headpiece, as both Goku and Krillin scream at the top of their lungs upon seeing the metallic exoskeleton hidden underneath. By the time Launch and Roshi rush out to see what happened, Goku was still screaming, apologizing to Freddy for taking his face off. As Krillin lays on the ground, his eyes roll into the back of his head as foam rushes down his mouth.
I'm so sorry! I didn't know bears could do that!
Although he ends up smelling a lot better at the end of the bath, Goku still thinks that Freddy smells a little odd. Launch sees Freddy simply standing around most of the day, so she asks him to help her out in the kitchen. Freddy is able to do some simple commands, like cutting vegetables and watching food cook, so he ends up becoming a rather decent cooking assistant. Roshi and Krillin almost have a heart attack when they return home from training one day, only to find Freddy staring at them while holding a knife. This routine of observing and cooking continues for several months, until one day, after delivering milk, Krillin walks up to Freddy, mocking the bear and telling him he's not scared of him anymore. He's had to run away from bees and dinosaurs. This bear was nothing to him. Goku tells Krillin to leave him alone, as the bald kid throws a punch, but Freddy catches it. The boys are surprised, as Krillin starts to sweat. That was just a fluke. He didn't even throw that punch seriously. Krillin tries to hit him again, but the machine simply catches the hit once more. Krillin keeps trying to strike Freddy, but fails every time as Goku laughs. Roshi looks on, wondering if that robot bear was actually learning something after watching them for so long. Goku is excited at the idea of Freddy being so tough, and he tries to fight him too. Krillin and Roshi look on, stunned, as Freddy is able to parry Goku's attack, and even tank several hits with no problems at all. Roshi goes quiet, as he then tells the boys that Freddy can join them in training. Goku yells out in jubilation as Krillin stutters in disbelief. The monk had to work so hard and spend so much money on those dirty magazines to get accepted, yet this bear is able to get in that easily? However, once Krillin saw Freddy outswim the sharks and deliver milk with zero difficulty, he realized just how special the robot was. He was smarter, better, faster, and stronger than the average bear. For a few more months, Freddy participates in training, and although he can't get stronger physically, his ability to adapt to his new environments and tasks allows him to grow rapidly as a fighter. When it comes time for the World Martial Arts Tournament, Roshi calls over the boys to get ready for their trip. Launch looks over to Freddy, holding his hand as she tells him to cheer up. They'll be back soon. However, Roshi surprises everyone by telling Freddy to get in the car. He's coming too. Everyone is delighted to hear this, as Freddy's eyes seemingly gleam. Unfortunately, Freddy can't fit into Roshi's car, so they had to tie him to the roof with rope instead. At the airport, Roshi and the boys give Freddy a disguise so he can ride the airplane, as the four get many strange looks from the people around them. Roshi exasperatedly claims that this here is his older sister Baba, and she's really sensitive about people staring at her. Somewhere far away, an old woman riding a crystal ball sneezes. Finally, at the entrance to the World Tournament Arena, the boys are beyond excited to enter the tournament. As they go up to the registration desk, Freddy tugs on Goku's suit. Goku asks what's wrong, as Freddy points to the registration desk, and then to himself. Goku gasps as he realizes what he's trying to say. Freddy wants to join the tournament too! Goku tells Roshi about Freddy's request, and he surprisingly agrees. In fact, he wanted him to join the tournament from the very beginning. Freddy's eyes seemingly beam again, laughing in delight as Roshi tells him to calm down. He's scaring people. With Goku, Krillin, and Freddy registered for the tournament, Roshi decides that now is the time to give them one last thing. He opens his suitcase as he hands out Turtle School uniforms to Goku, Krillin, and Freddy. Roshi chuckles, saying that he had to find quite a lot of fabric to make one for the stupid bear. With the three wearing their brand new Turtle School geese, they are ready to face the tournament. Hello everyone, ProfessorChimp here. This was part 2 of FNAF in Dragon Ball. That bear didn't appreciate me holding him hostage for over a year, and now he knows Kung Fu. No one is safe anymore. I wonder how far he'll go in the tournament. We'll just have to wait and see. I wanted to give a special thanks to CharoGaming for drawing Turtle School Freddy. It was actually because of this drawing he made for me years ago that made me want to do this series in the first place. I also want to thank OzzyTheBrave for editing the audio and the video. He really knocked this video out of the park. I cannot recommend him enough for your audio and video editing needs. I currently have another video ready to upload next week, as well as 2 more that are currently in development that I'm hoping to release throughout June. Thank you all again for your patience. I also plan on doing something special later this week, a stream where I attempt to play Genshin Impact until I get a job. Huh? You want to know what that means? Well, Come over to my channel on Friday, June 7th at 7 p.m. to find out. I'm also in the middle of setting up a Patreon that will go live later in the summer. It will be where I post frequent updates on video production, sneak peeks at upcoming videos, and perhaps additional content. Maybe an audio-only what if? Collaborative what if stories? I'm still not totally sure on rewards, to be honest. Any recommendations for what you'd like to see in my Patreon would be greatly appreciated. Alright, I gotta go before that bear comes back to kick my butt. Thanks for watching. Push the YouTube buttons, drink your milk, and stay in school. You got it? Okay, great. Goodbye, everybody. My name is Professor Chimp. Stay safe out there, and I hope to see you all next time.